Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. You can reach me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. 339-1670 or 238-6716. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you that are on our Facebook page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share as we go along. Now viewers, I encourage you to tell your friends and your family and the people that you meet on the streets. Tell them about Real Talk. Tell them it is the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where your voices can be heard, where you can call in and make a complaint about the councillors, about the MPs in your area, about the bandits, about the drug runners, about the road, about water, drains, you name it. Let them know this is the program that you could call in. And people do get help throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So those of you on YouTube, subscribe, TT Real Talk, subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell and you would know when we go live. So viewers, as we start off tonight, I just want to remind you that we have our drive going on. Remember to contribute to the Rape Crisis Center Rehabilitation Center. Contribute at $1,500, 1,000 or 500. Remember, we have giveaways. We have the car. Want to contribute $1,500 and over? We have the car there. You never know when God could say, today is your day. Apart from the car, that's just one of many. Apart from the car, we have an all-inclusive trip for two to Tobago to enjoy the weekend, the husband and the wife. Also, we have a beautiful jet and gold black bead chain set. A lovely chain set with a pair of earring and a handband. So viewers, feel free to contribute. This is a drive, this is a fundraising event that we are doing. It is not gambling, keep that in mind. It is not gambling. We are raising funds to build a Rape Crisis Center. It's a rehabilitation center in Trinidad and Tobago. The landscape of the building is what you are seeing presently on screen. Now, it costs money to create the video, and it also costs a lot of money to do the landscaping. So viewers, like I said, I have already provided the land. It's 5 lots of land in Palmas area in San Fernando. All we need is your help to build this structure. That is all we need. So the business community, local and regional, all them organizations, feel free to contribute. Feel free to contribute. So viewers, as we start off tonight's program, protest and protest, more protests throughout Trinidad. Residents of East Port of Spain continued protest action once again. This time they took their protest to Woodford Square, where Parliament was in session. Real Talk understand that the officers dispensed tear gas into the crowds. Businesses were once again forced to close their doors early. So viewers, they have reached in Woodford Square along the Parliament area and they are marching. As you can see on the video, there are also police standing by, a heavy police presence. Now, nobody says you can't protest, you know. Nobody says you can't protest. But there's a way in doing things. There is a way. There's a right way in protesting and there's a wrong way in protesting. The wrong way in protesting is where you could be locked up. Once you start a violent protest, you could be locked up. There's another way of peaceful protest. Throughout Trinidad, we see some peaceful protests sometimes with nurses and petrotrin workers. When they had a protest, they had a peaceful protest. They wanted the government to understand enough was enough. So there is a difference between protesting. So as we move along tonight, feel free to call in 238-6716. Let me hear what you think about the protest that is taking place in Trinidad. Was it right? Was it wrong? Feel free. Let Trinidad and Tobago and the world know what is taking place in Trinidad. And your views, viewer, your views, it is important. Because your view is your say, and you have the power. You have the rights. Yes, you have the rights, but it is how you execute your rights that will make you somebody, and that will send a message to those in authority, is how you execute your rights. Persons who were arrested during the protest action in Port of Spain on Tuesday are expected to be tried soon. This is according to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Deputy Police Commissioner Jason Ford made a statement during today's police media briefing. He also confirmed that a senior police officer was arrested.
All charges have not been laid as yet against the persons who have been arrested. You would appreciate that it was a long and extensive exercise, and today we will be dealing with that. And yes, we have information that a senior officer was arrested. It bears testimony to the fact that we investigate, and this is not the first officer that has been arrested, and once persons run afoul of the law, we as investigators, when we have the evidence, we will arrest and charge you.
DCP Ford revealed that police had prior information about the demonstration. However, viewers, he explained that they were not sure about its magnitude.
We were getting snippets of information since the night before that some type of disruption was planned for yesterday. What we did not have was the magnitude, the scale that disruption was about. So we pre-planned, and even though we pre-planned, because that operation was calculated, and when you look at what happened yesterday, it was calculated.
So viewers, they had information, according to DCP Ford. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, sir.
The police cannot do this by themselves, you know.
True.
Since the shooting of former AG Richardson and the shooting of Dinasi Tahal, the magistrate and the judge supposed to put some heavy penalty on criminals with guns. And if they don't do that, this country will be in real chaos. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. You see, there are ways in doing things, and Trinidadians, we need to understand that. There are ways in doing things. Now, we have video cameras, we have phone with cameras, we are in the technology age. When someone records you while doing something, they could use that evidence against you. The police could use that evidence against you, and you could be charged. Now, we don't know how many charges could apply, because there are various amount of charges that could be applied to an individual who's protesting. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, it is my view that those protests is not just the killing of 3 people by police. That protest have a lot more than that, because people are suffering in the country.
Yes.
And in those areas, look at the condition those people living under for so long. You
Yes.
understand? So there's lots more than just that police killing with that. And I personally feel not them alone should come out. The entire country should come out, because billions of dollars have been spending every day. Nobody knows where those billions of dollars going, and yet no back pay payment for workers, no infrastructures have been built, except for billions spent on a little bridge down crossing, where the rest of money gone. You understand? So it's more to do than just that the whole country should come out, not just them alone. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. A St. Madeleine man has been arrested in connection with an unlawful protest action in the South Trinidad on Tuesday. Officers from the Southern Division responded to reports of residents of the Current Hill burning tires and other debris on the road around 2:30 p.m. and disrupting the flow of traffic. The officers were assisted by personnel from the Monrepo Fire Station in extinguishing the blaze and cleaning the road. A 28-year-old man of Current Hill, St. Madeleine, was subsequently arrested in connection with the incident. So viewers, people are being arrested. Now, without an approval letter from the Commissioner of Police, it is against the law to protest. I want you all to understand that. This killing over the weekend sparked a protest. Like I said, what was so special about this killing that Trinidad began to uproar in protest? What about other killings throughout Trinidad? Why didn't we protest? What was so special about this? What was so special about this one? How many bandits running amok in Trinidad?
Yeah, boy. All of we had to come together. You see what's going on here?
What do you need the audio for this?
We're going to come together and it's an art war. So we need to come through and let me hand.
Listen, viewers.
Senior. So I understand everything what's going on. So, yeah, boy. All of we had to come together. You see what's going on here? We're going to come together and it's an art war. So we need to come through and let me hand the senior. So I understand everything what's going on.
So just imagine, viewers, that is illegal guns on the street. As you can hear, the individual is saying, let us come together. So when you see videos like this being circulated on social platforms, and you hear any individual saying, let us come together, what do they mean by let us come together when you are seeing illegal firearms? Now when the police do their job, it is a problem. Why? Why now it is a problem? Why? Somebody say something, why? So it is okay. It is okay for an individual to bring in a shipload of gun and make videos and throw it out in social platforms and encourage killing, encourage banditry, encourage breaking into people's places and taking what does not belong to the bandit. That is okay. That is okay. Sad, eh? 238-6716. Let me hear your views. Police Commissioner Gary Gifford is firm that yesterday's demonstration was pre-orchestrated. He believes that the protest did not stem from the incident in Mova in which 3 men were killed by members of the police service.
There were 40 simultaneous operations that took place yesterday. This was a criminal operation that took place. If you looked at it, within 120 minutes, there were 40 different situations of individuals going from specific places. They knew where the debris was, they knew what was happening, they knew exactly where it was, and this happened throughout the country.
Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Hello?
Yes, you're live, go right ahead.
Go ahead.
The commissioner noted though that the criminals have failed.
This was planned, this was very well orchestrated, and the reason why I can confirm this is a few hours before it started, we were made aware of what the intention was. So dozens of persons had placards, this was all just made at the same time. The answer is no. So the fact is that this was an orchestrated attempt to destabilize the country. It was very well planned by very senior individuals in the criminal enterprise, and this was a criminal operation that failed.
All right. So now that the commissioner said that, they had information, they knew that it was criminally orchestrated by senior criminals. So now, how many criminal members are behind bars? Or how many criminals have been held now? How many? How many? All had information hours before, according to the Commissioner of Police. Even the Minister of National Security said they had information about the protest. So if you all know, you see, I just talk plain, you know. I just talk very, very plain. If you all know that senior members of the criminal underworld had orchestrated these, why didn't you lock them up? Why didn't you go after them? It caused chaos in Trinidad. It prevented law-abiding citizens from going to work, to make an honest day work. Business places had to close down. You all had information about senior criminal elements orchestrated this protest, but yet we are not hearing about the elements being arrested. We are not hearing that, and that is that is what we're supposed to hear. Well, so and so was responsible for it. Now they are in custody. Oh, by the way, didn't the government say they was going to buy a cannon? I believe they purchased a cannon for when they have protest. Didn't the government say they were going to buy a water cannon? So when it have protest, they will use the water cannon as what you are seeing on television. Now this is not in Trinidad, but that is the purpose of a water cannon. So where is the water cannon? I am asking, where is the water cannon? Why not bring it out? Call a good night. Hello? If you stick, you get the click. The commissioner said, however, that an investigation is ongoing into the Morvan incident. He assured that justice would be served.
I intend to have a firm hand when it comes to police officers being involved in any criminal activity and to have them removed. I stated a few weeks ago, and I continue to state, that if at any time police officers will be charged for any violent crime, be it rape, kidnapping, homicide, etc., that they should be fired.
Now, I will support the commissioner, but there's only one part that would not actually happen, is be fired. All the magistrates, yes, I understand the seriousness of being a lawman or a lawwoman. I understand that when you sign up to be part of the protective service, you didn't sign up to go on the other side. Now I understand what he's saying, to be fired, but the courts and the lawmakers will tell you, we are innocent until proven guilty. So where's the water cannon? How come they didn't bring out the water cannon? How come they didn't bring out the water cannon to take control of the massive crowd they had throughout Port of Spain? Where is the water cannon? I am asking the Minister of National Security, where is the water cannon? I am asking the Security Council of Trinidad and Tobago, where is the water cannon that you all purchased or wanted to purchase for this purpose? We haven't seen it. The Commissioner Griffith insisted that he will not be moved. This comes following calls from him to resign. There have been calls for Commissioner Griffith to resign as a result of yesterday's riot.
This sheriff is not moving. And I hope that those persons understand, please do not try to put pressure on me to do something. Because this sheriff, as I said, I'm not going to budge. We're going to let the system go through as it should be. And please, I do not want them to make my day.
Commissioner didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. What the individual is supposed to say is thank God that the commissioner didn't order rubber bullets to be fired into crowds. They should be thankful that the commissioner did not give that authorization. Otherwise, it would have had hundreds of individuals in that same protesting in Port of Spain being wounded. Because a rubber bullet will bust your flesh, you know. In Port of Spain General Hospital would have had hundreds of individuals being damaged from rubber bullets. That is what the protesters are supposed to say. You cannot pressure the commissioner to resign when we are breaking the law. So that is one good thing that the commissioner didn't do, is order his officers to fire rubber bullets at the crowd. Thank God for that. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Quick observation. I watched the video, several takes on it. And what got me kind of upset is when they was shifting back the car and doing what they're doing and picking up, interfering with the crime scene. I know the real protocol of it, as I'm not an officer. They was doing crime scene work. Another thing, if they had one firearm to 3 people, how much handle they gonna have?
I understand what you're saying. Now listen this.
They would make all the police shootings now look a kind of way, because remember, if we didn't see this, what would have been a normal story? 3 individuals get shot in a Tida, a wet man, and they kill them in Caledonia. So I'm not supporting what it is the nation doing with the striking thing and burning thing and disrupt the place, but the opening people's eyes pertaining to some of the brutality that the police is doing. So, I mean, I just looking and observing.
I understand what you're saying, caller. Now, thank you for making your statements. Now, listen this. When a police is on exercise, as long as there's more than one individual or there's a shot of a firearm, police will retaliate. It doesn't matter if there's one officer or 10 officers. Each one of them, their firearm will go off. It will go off. Reason for going off is to make sure that that individual cannot fire that illegal firearm. And that is what you call self-defense. Now, I have an intelligence unit, and they have firearm, and if they go into an area of a crowd, let's say about 4 or 5 people, and somebody in that crowd pull a firearm and point it at them and fire, every member of my intelligence unit, they will retaliate. They will fire their weapon. Why are they firing their weapon? To make sure, number 1 is for their safety, and number 2 is to hit the target. Because they have licensed firearm, the people that are, the individual that are firing upon them, is 2 things will happen. Is that the individual die or a member of my intelligence unit die. So I hope that would give you a sense of clarity to what you are saying. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed, and good night to all your listeners. Saeed?
Yes?
South of the Caroni Bridge, they usually have a lot of protests for water, right? And now you're saying about a water cannon. Boy, you want them to have more protests down there? They don't get water in the pipe and you want them to use water in the water cannon? You laughing? No. The other thing here, there's an outbreak in the country of Pippin.
Yes.
You realize the Prime Minister said nothing about this
Nothing.
Nothing. So it looks like she have a major infection. Pip is the master of Pip. Enjoy your life.
Thank you, my friend. So we're switching gears a bit now. Opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar has expressed concern over what she described as a violent unrest that took place on Tuesday. In a statement on Wednesday, she called for respect and urged calmness while an investigation into the killing by the Police Complaint Authority was carried out. She noted that the protests saw disruption to business operation and a free flow of traffic while police came under fire and a pregnant woman was killed. She said Tuesday events are a direct consequence of punitive policies by the Dr. Keith Rowley-led administration, which have impoverished vulnerable communities. She criticized the government for its response in the face of these happenings, stating that they have failed to represent the citizens. Persad-Bissessar accused the government of playing the blame game, which we all see. Taking note of National Security Minister Stuart Young's statement that people were being paid to protest, the UNC said it reinforced a painful historical events and damaging stereotype. She said the law-abiding citizen in communities so branded should not be labeled as criminal based on the action of a few rogue individuals. But it wasn't a few rogue individuals, Ms. Kamala. Port of Spain had to be shut down. Not just a few, but a lot of people. A lot. Persad-Bissessar expressed their views that the situation would improve and peace would be restored. Well, we all hope that peace be restored. And the perpetrators, according to the Commissioner of Police and according to the Minister of National Security, whatever evidence they have, or senior criminal elements, be charged. If you have the information, act on your intelligence and do what you have to do. Do what you have to do. Because I'm sure business places in Port of Spain have been damaged. Caller, good night. Hello? Hello? If you stick, you get the click. A number of health facilities have been designated for community testing for COVID-19. This was announced by the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parashram, earlier. He said testing at these facilities would be done between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
These are the St. James Health Center within the St. George West District, El Socorro Health Center within the County of St. George Central, the St. Joseph Enhanced Health Center at the St. George East County, Shoguna's Accident and Emergency at County Caroni, Mayaro District Health Facility in the River Mayaro. In St. Patrick County, the facility will be Siparia Health Center. In St. Andrew, St. David, we're looking at Sandy Grande Enhanced Health Center. And at Victoria, we're looking at Pleasantville.
So viewers, they have decided to do community testing now. They have decided that those were the facilities would be engaging in community testing from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are out of COVID. I should say we are out because everything is back to normal in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody gone back to work and they're now starting community spread. Testing. After 3 months. Caller, good night. Hello, you there?
Yes, Saeed, good evening.
Evening to you.
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Saeed, you know, about 2 months ago, it had 2 police officers were charged for child trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know what became of that. You never hear nothing. You know, this week again, a police officer from Tobago was
Yes.
charged for rape of a 15-year-old girl.
Yes, yes, yes.
Eh?
Yes.
How you could trust the police and them too?
Now, I'm going to tell you something, eh? I'm going to tell you something. Thank you for calling in, caller, and raising the issue. It's not about the police, you know. It's not about the police. It's about the individual committing the act. Police is just a job. Applying for a police position is a job. It's the individual thinking that caused them in problems. So that is why I'll be very particular and specify in things what I'm saying. Because being a police officer is a job. They are good officers, they are good individuals in TTPS, and they are rogue officers in TTPS. So it's not TTPS, it's the individuals working in that portfolio. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
What I'm saying here tonight, the Commissioner of Police is doing a very good work.
Yes.
He's doing a very good work, and I'm saying tonight, may God bless him, keep him, and guide him.
Get the video with him in Port of Spain.
It's billions of dollars spent
Short pants.
in the country of Trinidad and Tobago. And yet still people hungry because they ain't get any food to eat, nothing to drink, they're suffering. If you notice with this protest going on, you hear the Prime Minister come out and say not one word. Mr. Commissioner, you're doing very good and continue, and God going to bless you and guide you. Thank you.
So now, viewers, over the weekend, have you ever seen in Trinidad and Tobago, for the little life that you have lived, have you ever seen a commissioner of police comes out in a stormy weather to assist? That is the commissioner of police, Mr. Gary Griffith. Look at the pretty tracksuit he wearing. Look at the pretty tracksuit. When other commissioners of police ain't coming out when the rain falling, the present commissioner of police over the weekend was out. He was in the weather, he was getting wet. You see, he had on the tracksuit, his short pants and his jacket. He was out there in the weather. How many commissioners of police have done that maybe over the last 50 years? How much? Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, they pass a set of laws, but if a man is carrying out his wife and his little baby in his car, he has to have a car seat in the back of his car with the child. Otherwise, he'll be charged. What about the taxi and the PTSC bus and the maxi taxi? Are they supposed to supply the car seats? Because if you're traveling, you're not getting charged. But if you're in a private, going with your family, and they stop you, you're getting charged. How that law is being run there?
Caller, I understand what you're saying, and that is a very, very valid point that you are making. Very, very valid. Now, I believe because of the fact that it is a transportation, because it's age, you don't need a car seat. I want to believe that. But being as it's a private vehicle, you will have to get a car seat. Well, this is my observation. I am just letting you know what I have observed. Because of it's a taxi, you don't need a car seat. But you need seat belt. Caller, good night.
Hi, good evening.
Go right ahead there.
I want to say Gary Griffith is doing a very good job. He is one man. He has the drive, right? And he's doing his best, in my opinion. He needs the support of the law-abiding citizens of this country, right? The next thing I want to say is I would like to see a video of the police officer who got killed 3 o'clock Saturday morning. I want to see that video. Seeing that it has videos of everything else, I want to see that video. Eagerly await that video. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear, for calling in. Where have you seen a commissioner coming out in the weather? We actually have a commissioner that is working, that is trying to put a handle on crime. We have a commissioner that is pushing for rogue officers out of TTPS. And many wants him out of that service because he have decided to put down his foot and change TTPS. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, right. To the caller who just called with the seatbelt issue, it is enshrined in the law that public service vehicles and taxis are exempted from the seatbelt and the restraining booster seat to the back of the vehicle.
Thank you, caller. We understand what you're saying. But I don't think taxi cars would walk with a car seat. They wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. I don't think the Minister of Works and Transport would make that a mandatory regulation because of the fact that it is a public transport. That is why. It is a public transport. It is for hire. That is why. And then again, I believe it's over the age of 3 or 4, you have to pay for a passenger seat for the child. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I just calling to find out, just to let the people know why all the complaints in the police chief, but when it's bad, the chief is innocent, we want to protest it. Why when the police come out to do the work, we want to protest.
Valid point, caller. I've been saying that. We had killings, bandit killing bandit. Drive-by shootings. Bandit running into people's house and rape and kidnap. Robbing. And no protest. No protest. This is what I've been saying since last night. On a previous show, I've been saying this. What is so special about this killing? What? That spike the protest throughout Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, special good night to all the viewers and all the listeners. Yeah, there's only one point I want to make concerning the commissioner. Yes, he's doing a good job, but there's only one little problem in that picture he had there. The thing about it is that if you're a police officer on the road, you have to be in uniform. Just for 1 minute, just think. If somebody had bounced Mr. Griffith, what would happen? Nobody knows who he is in plain clothes and short pants and slippers in the middle of the road. That's all.
Thank you, my friend. Well, I guess our face cannot hide. Our face cannot hide. And by now, Trinidad and Tobago would know the Commissioner of Police with uniform and without uniform. Civilian aviation protest. Listen to this now, viewers. Employees of the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority staged protest action today. The workers protested outside the building along the Caroni North Bank Road in Piaco. The workers wanted to highlight their disgust with the outstanding payment of pensions and salaries as they raised concerns over health and safety matters also. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night, Sir Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, I just want to find out when the guys from Sealat throw the fishermen and them in the sea. And the parents, the mothers and the fathers was crying so much days they couldn't see their children. Nobody was protesting that time. That is something they should have protested for.
I think that was done in Orange Field.
Yes, Orange Valley down that
Orange
side.
Valley, yes, yes. I understand what you're saying, caller. And thank you for raising the points.
Throw the rest of them out in the sea and tell them soon. Take your boat and engine and things.
Yes. Thank you for raising the point, caller. You see, viewers, there are many things that we could be protesting for the correct way. But we wait till there's a police killing to uproar. Why? Why does this have to happen like this? Why not when a bandit kill or a bandit run into somebody's house, the villagers start protesting? Apply to the commissioner for the approval to protest, a peaceful protest because of a bandit running in somebody's house. Now that is a cause to protest. We don't see that. We don't see that. And you know, if Saieed come on television and say, well, you know, down south, we protesting because a bandit running in a individual house and rape the man's daughter and kill the mother, you know, they're going to say Saieed inciting violence. That's what they're going to say. That is what they would say. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, just calling to say great show, man.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm calling. I heard the commissioner made a statement that's saying, you know, how could he suspend the 20 guys who were there when only 2 guys did it, right? My thing is, how you just close down all the bars in Trinidad when only 2 bars, you know?
Now, caller, thank you. That is why before they actually went into action, they came out and they alerted the public. Yes, I understand it's about 2 or 3 bars that had happened to in Trinidad. Hence the reason why they came out and made it very firm and mandatory that if bars do not comply, they will be shut down. They didn't went and shut down any bar. They came out and made their statements and they made it mandatory that any bars do not comply with the government rules or the public health regulations, they would be shut down. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead there.
Yeah, you know what? I would like to know for truth, who are white people and who are black people? And is it true to say, because I'm about to say, the people and them who in power, like the UNC was in power and the PNM, when whoever come in power, when certain bills have to pass, they're not contributing. The both parties, let us be truthful, the both parties. So when you look at it, it is really we can say well the two most of the who in the party PNM UNC, we have to blame them too for the crime. You know, they're not they are not what is it, the word is country. They're not putting the country before. So the blood is on all of their both of PNM and UNC. Let us be truthful.
Yes.
You understand? I don't know if I believe I'm speaking the truth. You know.
Yes, you are.
You know? So, this is what I'm saying. We need to put country before politics.
Yes.
So UNC hand is blood on it. PNM blood on it. You understand?
Thank you, my dear, for calling. This is what I've been saying. You see, we Trinidadian, we are West Indian people. We are West Indian people. How do you call a Syrian that is born in Trinidad? Let's just say a Syrian guy from Syria. You're in Trinidad. You are Syrian. You pick up a Trinidadian woman. You're married, she got pregnant, you have a child. How do you call that child? A Trinidadian or a Syrian? And it goes the same way for Chinese, for English, for Canadian, for US. How do you call that person being born in Trinidad? Somebody call and say something. We have about 15 minutes left. or so. How do you call that individual? Do you call them black? Do you call them white? Do you call them Syrians? Do you call them Trinidadian? When a Chinese woman left China and came to Trinidad and pick up a Trinidadian man and have a kid in Trinidad, how do you call them? There's a talk about race. We fighting race. What are we fighting? We are fighting among ourselves. We are Trinidadian fighting among our own Trinidadians. That is what we are doing here. So it's not about, you see, the people or the individual that wants to spread race. Let me tell you something. Find out what is race before you spread it. Because if an African Trini guy kills an African Trini guy in Trinidad, that is not race. If an African guy in Trinidad kills an East Indian guy in Trinidad, that is not race. He killed a Trinidadian. So what is the race? What is the race talk about? What is the race talk about? Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I want to speak on the word they call black. Because a lot of people in Trinidad don't understand what this is black. Black is Africans, black is East Indian, black is Chinese. The same 1% is also black. Because when they work and matches with white, they consider them black. You understand? They're not white. Once they're not white, they're black. You understand? So I don't know what is this race thing. What is this we fighting among ourselves in Trinidad fighting Trinidad? Okay.
Thank you, my friend. Well said. Well said. Let me tell you something. When a Trinidadian leave and go in another country, you are not a citizen. You are going into another man's land. That is why I said, even though my hair is straight, I am an East Indian, I am an Indian, but I am a Trinidadian and I am black. I did not born in India. I did not born in Venezuela to be a Spanish. I did not born in Canada to be a Canadian. I did not born in the US to be a white man. I born in Trinidad, so therefore I am a black man. This is a West Indian country. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, thank you. I just calling concerning, well, anyhow, the black and the white and the race thing. If you're not white, you're colored. If you're colored, you're a black person. That's what it is. Doesn't matter what country you are.
Thank you, my friend. Well, politics is something different.
Huh?
Politics is something different. They are East Indian, they are Africans, they are Chinese. Politics is something different. But we're talking about race. Why are we fighting and killing among ourselves and saying it's a race thing? It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. If a Syrian guy or a Syrian woman comes to Trinidad and they pick up a male or a female Trinidadian and they have a child, how do you call that child? Same thing goes if a Canadian woman or a man come down in Trinidad and pick up a male or a female and the child is birthed in Trinidad, how do you call that child? Do you call that child a white man, a white child? No, it's not a white child. They are born in Trinidad. So where is the race talk coming from? Caller, good night.
Hi, good evening, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I want to spend half a second on your show. It is absolutely wrong to say if you're not white, you're black. Because I have never seen a black Chinese or anything like that. You have different colors of the world. And not to represent this nonsense of if you're not white, you are black. An Indian person is called a brown person. A Chinese person is called a yellow person. There is nothing like white or black. Some people are white, some people are black. So don't go peddling about if you're not white, you're black. Yeah? nonsense.
So caller, let me ask you a question. As you're on air, don't hang up. If a Chinese woman left China and come in Trinidad, and she pick up a Trinidadian man and she make a child, how do you call that child?
That is, I am not talking about that.
I am asking you a question.
That is not the case.
I am asking you a question.
You are on television and you're talking to the nation. Do not give wrong information. You're caught up in a populist movement that says, if you're not white, you're black.
Caller, I am asking you a simple question.
Yes.
It is very simple. How do you call that child?
A mixed child.
Is it a Chinese child or a Trinidadian Chinese?
I just gave you the answer. There's nothing like black and white. There is a mixed child.
Good. So why are we in Trinidad now fighting about race? When that child was born with a Chinese complexion, why are we fighting race? Thank you for calling in. Why are we fighting race? Because they are different ethnic group in Trinidad. Different. Caller, good night.
I say good night.
Go right ahead.
The issue is not, for me, is not race. What we have in Trinidad is issue of class. And I squarely put the blame on the People's National Movement. Here why I say this, Saeed. After this country gained independence, it has been 30 consecutive years without any interruption in the People's National Movement in power. And because of that, the citizens at the time, they develop a type of lifestyle and culture, don't care, don't make anything good, anything come happen. And after with the different changes in administration, who doing things that basically trying to help little small man, but because the footprint that the PNM put into a lot of the different institutions in this country is why this country how it is. This is why this country is so corrupt. Understand? This is why we have politicians accusing politicians of being corrupted. Do you see anyone of them go before the courthouse? If I don't know you, Saeed, or you don't know me, we can't get nothing done but reach somebody's hand.
True.
Because of the standard and teachings and the People's National Movement. That's why I'll put the blame squarely on them. Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my friend. You see, education it has a big part to play in society, you know. And that is why I will always label the education system in Trinidad and Tobago. It's down. It's like it's running water in a drain. When education is supposed to be first priority, it is not. How come? In Canada, you know education is our first priority. You know healthcare in Canada is first priority. The ministers them is one to talk about education in this country and education in that country and education in another country, but you can't fix it right here in Trinidad. But you're talking about another country education. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
I just want to speak about it. Just like the rule said, second to last caller who called their son apparently couldn't answer a question. If a Chinese woman comes from China and meet somebody down here and have a child, what they call the child? He go all about. But you see, this is the problem we have in Trinidad. We don't want to face the fact.
Thank you.
If you're not white, you're black. You understand?
Yes.
All Chinese, all East Indian, everybody is black. And he don't understand that.
Thank you, my friend. Well said. And this is the problem. We can't face the truth. Because we have East Indian killing out East Indian. We have the Africans killing out the Africans. And all of we are Trinidadian right here. Some of them don't even have a passport. Some of them maybe never gone to Tobago. But we killing out one another right here. And then we go ball is a race thing. And a race. What is race? You know what is race? When they have a bazaar. And they have 12, 15 people line up to run. That is race. That is race. So education plays a big part of society. Understand your culture. When the East Indian left India and came down in the Fatal Razak to Trinidad, did it have East Indian alone? Go back into history and you all will see. When they're planting cane, is African and East Indian. They didn't have race. You black and I white and he green. No, they didn't have that. They were fighting for survival. How did the Spanish reach in Trinidad? They were part of slavery days too. So we fight what? What do we really fight? In my eyes, we are killing out one another right here in our own country. And we want to blame it on race. Race has nothing to do with it. The negligence of the individual to acknowledge the other individual. That is what it is. That is what it is. So don't let people fool you with the race and the race and the race. It's a Trinidadian killing out a Trinidadian. That is what it is. It's not race. So viewers, we're out of time for tonight. There's a rerun of this program at 11 a.m. tomorrow. For those of you who want to make a contribution to our Rape Crash Rehabilitation Center, please get in touch with us at 3391670 or 2386716. If you're from our other country and you're calling in, we could make arrangements. You don't have to worry. So viewers, be safe until we meet again. Please educate yourself. It is a passport to a healthy lifestyle. Until we meet again, good night.